and welcome to, I guess we'll call this the Sunday News Part 2. This time in video.
The Sunday News now in video.
Now in video. I like that. So I'm Belgraph97. This is
the Second Class Elitist,
and we're going to talk to you about stories of interest in the games that we're covering currently.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so let's start with Malifaux. They dropped some new bombshells on the community, didn't they?
Didn't they, though?
That they did.
Oh.
For those of you who don't know, they have released their plans for avatars and campaign rules, and they are tied together, and I'm sure there are people in the audience who are finding this controversial, I'll put it that way.
It's been a rough pill to swallow.
Yeah. So why don't you go through the basics of it first, and then we'll talk about our opinions.
Okay, so basically the beta test for Book 3 is out. The beta test for Book 3 is these new rules for the avatars, which will be non-competitive rules. They will be available for campaign play only, and if you and your buddy agree in friendly play, they can be used then too. But avatars, campaign play, right out. In place of that, there is a new Emissary of Fate entry, which if you have the old avatar models, you can use the old avatar models for an Emissary of Fate. Basically, each of the factions is going to have one emissary, but it can be attuned to the master you're fielding, and that's why if you were, say, playing, the Red Chapel list with Samus, you might bring the Mr. Hyde model as what the Emissary of Fate currently looks like. There is also a few new characters for Book 3, no new masters, but there is an entire team of characters. I can't remember the name of them right now. I wish I could. But it is 6 characters that are 7 points, spread out over most of the factions, and one that is 8, who is a henchman, who can hire models out of his faction if they're from that group.
Okay.
So basically, you have a whole bunch of mercenaries now that are brand new characters. They can all be fielded as a group, and then that's just a 50-point posse.
Right, okay.
Or you can field them with other things. That's really neat. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they work. But the big rule was the avatars. Basically, as it was explained on their board, it was an economic decision. If they make the characters balanced, you're only likely to use it 50% of the time. If you're fielding if you have all the masters for your faction, you're collecting 5 to 7 masters. If you're only playing one faction, which means you would be collecting 5 to 7 avatars.
To only use
half the time. That is a large pill to swallow, and making them in plastics, because they wouldn't sell as many, they would have to be astronomically expensive to cover the cost, and then they're not going to sell as many, so they got to be even more astronomically expensive than they thought. I as much as I wanted to see 39 beautiful plastic Gribblies,
that's the thing.
I think we all wanted to see. I even think Weird wanted to see 39 beautiful plastic Gribblies. I didn't want to spend $200 for a beautiful 6-inch tall Samus.
Right, and that's really what it comes down to. It's like, as a player, I can only afford so much.
Right.
And, speaking from the side of the understanding where it's coming from, I get it. I get the decision. Is it a shame? Yes. Do we feel for the members of the community? Yeah, because guess what? We were there with you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely... like you said, it's a tough pill to swallow. The other side of that is, and something I agree with personally, but I know there's a lot of people out there who don't, them not being available for competitive play.
It really came down to make the avatars what the avatars are supposed to be, they're game-breaking and game-changing.
Yeah.
So it was, do we keep them super?
At which point they're now mandatory for competitive play.
Or do we make them not super? So that they can be balanced for competitive play.
Right, so if I don't take one, I have a chance against the guy who does take one.
Right.
And I'd rather them be super.
Yeah.
Let's let them be what they are and just accept the fact that you can't take them in competitive play. And I know I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there who are upset by that decision.
Yeah. Now, what they are going to actually do for the models themselves is rather than get a new, beautiful 50mm model, what you're going to get is you're going to get a 50mm base, which is going to have a build-up around it that you can set your 30mm master in. And each base frame, there will be one for each faction.
Okay, so now it's more of it accessible to your player base.
Exactly.
Which makes sense. Okay.
And then, honestly, though, for my money, again, I admit that I like conversions a little bit more than some people. I'm not going to wait for these new bases. Because I am an addict, I will still buy them when they come out. But as far as for playtesting the avatars, for my Resurrectionists, I guarantee you I can get enough skulls to fit a 30mm base if I put a 1-inch tall 30mm plinth, plinth in there first, build up a mountain of skulls,
and then put your guy on top.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Justin is okay if I order 400 skulls from him for this purpose.
Like, I don't know. Secret Weapon, there might be an order coming towards you.
And all of them that way. I'll make one specifically themed for Rasputina because she's the Arcanist avatar or the Arcanist master I play the most.
Don't you have like 17 bases you can already use for her in the cabinet?
Yeah, but none of them are 50.
Oh, okay.
So I'll make a
50-inch, 50mm ice thing.
Yeah, and then drop her on top.
All right.
Or get yet another model of her to put into it, because
everyone needs 17 Rasputinas.
Yeah, well,
I got you. All right. So do we know anything about the campaign rules per se?
I looked over them a little bit. Honestly, I didn't bother going deep into them because there's no way we're doing 3 campaigns at the same time.
Right, so we don't have a whole lot of time. So while we're very interested to hear what you have to say in the comments, if you've read through the actual campaign rules, and if you have any comments about the avatars or the what do they call them, the emissaries of fate?
Emissaries of fate.
If you have any comments on that, please leave a comment. We will definitely get back to you, talk to you. We want to hear what you guys have to say.
One last word on the emissary of fates at this point. Yes, if you read over the entries, they are fromage extreme. There's a couple of them that are really, really, really overpowered. For those of you who may be a little bit newer to Weird, this is not terribly uncommon. What Justin will do a lot, from what I've been told, is he'll start with where he doesn't work, just to hear how badly it doesn't work, and then start scrolling back appropriately, because he'd rather be outside the mark and dial in than start at a point and try to have to bump up.
And find where that mark is. It's easier to find it from the outside than the inside.
Exactly. So that's the mentality he uses. It's worked for him in the past. If you look at an entry and go, oh my god, my opponent is just going to beat face me every time, I expect it's only going to happen for a week or two. But by the time this gets ironed out, it won't be as bad.
Right. Okay, so next big news. Prodos Games.
Oh my god.
You guys...
Competitive play, this is huge.
Yes, if you're a competitive player, if you're not playing Warzone Resurrection, you're going to seriously reconsider that decision in just a moment. Alright, so... Oh, he's getting the book. Okay.
This is what you're going to want right here.
This guy right here.
Alright, go for it.
So Prodos has basically thrown down the gauntlet, said, competitive play, you guys are all chumps. Because if you want to be a competitive player...
You're playing for money.
You need to play for money. And here's the money. They're throwing a tournament at the UK Games Expo on May 30th and 31st.
May 30th and 31st.
It's 1,000 points, 48 players. First prize, £1,000. Let that sink in for a second. £1,000. For our American viewers, $1,700? Right? Isn't it currently like $1.7 to the pound, something like that?
By the way, that's only
first prize.
That's not whole purse.
Right.
That's first prize place.
Right. I'm sorry, there's no competitive tournaments out there that I know of that have a prize close to that. Okay.
This literally doubled the best grand purse I'd ever heard of, because the best purse I'd heard was £500.
Okay. Oh, by the way, £500? That's a pretty good purse.
Yeah.
Come in second, £500. The best purse in any other game that we've seen in tournament play is now second prize.
In 15 years.
In 15 years? 15 years. It's crazy. All right, so you can't really go much better. Oh, £250 for third place. Because, why not?
Yep.
I mean, and at this point, you're at £1,750. Might as well just round it up and give a £250 prize to Best Painted Army. I'm sorry. £250 250 pounds to the best pound. You don't even have to win a game, and you can win 250 pounds. It's crazy.
And remember, guys, a field of 48.
All right, think about that.
Money for the top 3. That means if you come in the top 5%, it's bank.
Right.
It's bank.
And, I mean, you at 1,000 points of Warzone, you can run an army that's not that big if you're a good painter, and you only have to beat out 47 other people. Take some time on 14 models. You've got between now and May 30th to get them done. And I'm sorry, like, any other painting competition out there have a prize that big? I don't think so.
And
that's that
for
kind
a
of
perfect
size.
example, Merrick just put together a Imperial force, and to get to 1,000 points, Merrick, you used what? Wrist, 2 Guardian Oblati, and a starter box?
With with wrist, a Golden Lion box, and a single starter box, I was already at 800 before I started buying upgrades for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So adding the Guardian Oblati brought me to 900 with upgrades. So I bought 4 boxes, and I was there.
Yeah, guys.
Like,
I mean, 10, 2 NCOs, and a vehicle. So 13 models in the starter.
A Golden Lion box.
3 Golden Lions.
2 Oblati.
2 Oblati, and a character.
You're under 20 models.
Yeah.
Or at 20 models.
Get painting.
Yeah. Like...
And the fun part, I wasn't even using all of the bottles in the starter box. I in fact, did not use the second NCO.
There you go.
I'm just sorry. Like, mad props to Prodos first. Because they basically said, we want competitive play.
Yeah.
And they're putting the money where the mouth is.
I know for a fact from conversations a year ago, the competitive play was very important to Yarrick from the start, and that he wanted this game to be a competitor in the tournament scene.
Yeah.
He wanted people to literally have to make a choice between 2 tournaments at the same time, Warzone or that other game. Oh, I don't know which way I want to go. And he wanted it to be that hard of a decision, and honestly, he just blew that out of the water.
Because it's no decision right now.
No, it's not.
If there's another tournament on May 30th, they might as well cancel. I'm just saying.
If it's in the same time slot.
If it's the same time slot, they had to just give it up. Because if I had the choice between going to this one or any other tournament, I'm going to this one. I get lucky in 4 games, and I've won money.
Yeah, it could happen.
Right. Like,
I mean, honestly, to win bank, you obviously don't need to be on, table 1. And if things, I've seen it happen before, to get 2nd or 3rd, you don't even need to be on table 2.
No. No, in fact, the last main competitive tournament I went to, 3rd place was on table 5.
Yeah.
He murdered face, and the 4 tables higher than him were all so close or so far apart that they either became 1st place or he passed them because he had more points. I mean, you could have a good run, and get bank,
just being in the top 25% before the last game. It could happen.
Yeah, it could absolutely happen.
All right, what else we got?
All right, so next up is Bombshell.
Okay.
Just, basically a little bit of a public service announcement. Patrick has basically said, hey, guys, I'm going to be doing another Kickstarter. For those of you who followed Counterblast, you know that this last Kickstarter was successful.
If you follow Counterblast, if you follow Dark Sword Miniatures, if you were a fan of the Stacy Law models, because he sculpted all of those, if you just really like really well sculpted models, I know we gush about this man a lot, but it's because
man makes beautiful models.
He makes beautiful, beautiful pieces that add to your table. Mm-hmm. He has a Kickstarter that is going to be launching possibly by the end of the month, possibly the beginning of next month, but
soon.
Save some money.
Yep.
You're going to want it.
For the record, the Kickstarter is Bombshell Babes Part 2.
Yes, Bombshell Babes 2.
Yes.
Keep an eye out on the Bombshell Miniatures website. I'm sure he'll give us all notice a couple days before it goes up at the very least.
And you can guarantee we'll be covering that Kickstarter. So we'll see something here.
And crying because
we don't have enough money.
Yeah.
Yay, breaking the bank.
Totally.
I'm just saying, Patrick, I don't have enough money. You got to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Or,
Or you can just send them to us. Free plugs. Free plugs for models. We'll do it.
Johnny Rocket Pants. Hashtag Johnny Rocket Pants. All right.
All right. 4th on our list. Arcworlde.
Arcworlde.
All right, Arcworlde. For those of you who follow Arcworlde or know that we followed the Kickstarter, we are terribly, terribly excited for the models. We have our models all in place.
Yep.
They're gorgeous. Alex does a very, very unique job. He sculpts differently than anyone else we know. They're great pieces, and the rules are coming.
Yes. And honestly...
Well, the playtest rules are out there for anyone who wants to look at them.
Yeah. If anybody out there is still a Mordheimer, if there's any old Hammer guys that are looking for unique pieces to add in, do yourself a favor. Warblock Miniatures, the Arcworlde game, really, really characterful stuff. Beautiful pieces. Very old school style. Definitely something that you want to check out. If you like photorealistic models, this one ain't your bag.
This is very artistic licensed models.
Yeah, but if you like one-off stuff that you've never seen anywhere else, give it a look.
That's Alex's stuff.
Yeah.
So he's got the tarot deck that he's building for the game, which the design is either almost done or done. So we're excited.
I've seen a bunch of the cards.
There you go.
He's posted a bunch on the Facebook forum as well. Really nice looking pieces, very unique, very tied back into the game. It's going to be a seamless integration into the rules. It really is.
Cool. And then he also put the Death Kiwis on his store.
Yes, Death Kiwis.
Death Kiwis. Everyone go buy Death Kiwi.
Buy Death Kiwis. They are giant freaking flightless birds on 40mm bases, unless you get the alpha, and I think he's on a 50mm base. But these things are stupid cool, and everyone needs to buy them.
Absolutely.
We did not get paid for that plug, I swear.
No, in fact,
we already ordered them.
We already ordered some, so it's like,
I was actually
and we didn't get them free, I swear.
I was actually hoping they would have gotten here in time for me to be able to go, look, Death Kiwis. But since I can't, go to his webpage.
And look.
And just imagine I'm holding that picture in front of you right now.
All right. So, Pulp City.
Pulp City.
These guys, they did their darndest to be on time. It was beyond their control.
Yeah, Message just, put down the handgun. The worst is over.
Yes. It's awful. But probably not that far from the truth.
Yeah. I don't know if his liver survived this Kickstarter. I really don't.
Well, if he didn't have a drinking habit before, he does now. But 2 weeks, right? Within 2 weeks. Allegedly within 2 weeks, we should have some shipping happening. Which is a big deal. Which is a very big deal.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to this. You'll get to see possibly some more coverage from LXG in that we as a club went in on the Collector's Pledge, which is one of everything. And rather than figure out what we wanted in advance, we're kind of going to do a little bit of an NFL draft when they come in. So,
which is going to be fun. Which is going to be very, very fun.
There will be things thrown at people.
Oh, I'm sure there will. Because once we get the few things that you knew that the other guy was going to get and you weren't going to have a shot,
right.
There's going to be that moment where I go, well, I'm taking this guy.
Oh man, I wanted that next.
You thought it was next, yes. And it's just that moment where you're going to be like, my gosh. All right. But
there's going to be some backroom deals going on.
Oh, I know. God, you haven't started yet? You're behind the times.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. All right, so next on our list is another Warzone event that is happening.
Yep.
Our friend Jim Vidlak is going to be hosting the Las Vegas Open. In Las Vegas, obviously.
Well, it's not an open.
But it's not an open? It's okay.
It's in Las Vegas, not in open.
It is February 20th through the 22nd, 1,000-point Warzone tournament. We have seen some preview pictures of the tournament prizes, the what is the word I'm looking for? Trophy, that's the word I'm looking for. And they're gorgeous. Yeah. So we're a lot of fun. Wish we could make it out to Las Vegas. If Jim wants to sponsor us, we'd be happy to go out there too. I mean, he's seen that we've got painted models we can play.
Yep.
So,
but either way, much love to everybody that's going out there. When you get to the last game of the tournament, hate mail, bring it, please. I'm looking forward to it.
Actually, please send him hate mail because it proves a point that I've been trying to make for 2 months, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
All right. So
everybody that's going to the tournament,
yes,
definitely have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. It should be a great show. I know Jim's got a lot of neat stuff planned. He's got a lot of prize support waiting for you guys, and some really unique stuff. You're going to walk away from that glad that you went.
And to add to that, send us pictures.
Yes.
League of Extraordinary Gamers, all one word, @gmail.com. Send us pictures. Send us stories. Tell us what happened, because we're not going to be able to be there, so you've got to cover it for us. So please, whatever you get, send to us so we can have something to put up.
Absolutely.
All right, last but not least, some personal news for an event that we're going to be attending. LXG is going out of this room. I know you've seen every video.
So Las Vegas Open.
No. Well, are you paying? Let's go. All right, exactly. However, we're going to be leaving this room and we're going to TempleCon. We're going to be at TempleCon on February 6th, the Friday. We're going to be there doing some coverage. We have tentatively going to try to get Merrick into a tournament for Drop Zone because it's his favorite game, and we're going to beg, plead, and steal to get our way in if we have to.
Yeah, we're not sure how this works because we tried to register, and as far as we can tell, the button
isn't there
to register for the event never even went up. So maybe it did and we missed it. It was a small field, but I know that there was a lack of chatter. Like there wasn't a lot of people talking about it, so it kind of surprises me if it's full.
Right,
but it might be, and we might have missed it.
If you know if it's full, let us know. Yeah, but if not, I mean, we're going to do our best.
And even still, Merrick, bring your stuff because, walk-ins happen.
Absolutely. But on top of that, we have some interviews and stuff set up, right? Yep. We're going to be doing some stuff. We're going to be walking around with our cameras, doing as much coverage as we can.
So look for us.
Yep. But also, while we're there, we're going to be doing something that anyone who can be to TempleCon who followed Pulp City should be doing. Because they're bringing our stuff. So we don't have to wait for shipping from Poland. We're just going to show up and we're like, Besiege! Oh, no, Besiege isn't there. Who's going to be there? Devon! Give me stuff! And he's going to give me stuff. And that's how it's going to work.
To make sure that he brings your stuff, you need to email Devon. I don't remember the email address. I will try to put it in down below.
Yes.
But in case I don't, you need to email Devon. If you go to the Pulp City webpage, which is Pulp Monsters, I believe, you'll be able to look up his contact information, email him, say, I backed the Kickstarter, this was my pledge, this was all of my stuff, this is the name that I backed it under, so that he can verify it, bring it, and have it ready for you, and you can get your stuff at TempleCon.
Please don't let us be the only ones getting our stuff at TempleCon. Not that we'll be that upset, but just it'll be a shame. It'll be a missed opportunity. Please.
It would almost be cool if we could just find a couple people that all picked up at TempleCon and
play some Pulp City right there.
Play a ripped out of the box, unpainted, unprimed, brand new Pulp City.
All right, I'm throwing that out there right now. If you're going to be at TempleCon and you get your stuff and you're going to be there on Friday the 6th, you let us know now.
Yep.
We will meet you somewhere. If we have to do it in secret, we will. But we will find a table somewhere. We will throw down in that moment. Straight out of the box.
I can make a table sit on the hood of your car. I can make that work somehow.
We will figure this out. Let us know. We will
shooting craps in the parking lot. I don't
be driving through tank slits. That little tiny space in front.
I only need this much view to see. We'll make this happen.
There we go.
All right. But no, that's really it. I mean, that's our Sunday news. That's the big things that are happening right now. So, do you have anything you would like to add?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it for this week. Again, if you guys are not currently watching our campaigns, especially if you're interested in the Warzone stuff coming up or seeing what you might be getting out of the Babes Kickstarter, the two campaigns that we're currently running on our YouTube channel, Hidden Agendas, which is the Warzone campaign, which I believe at the moment you are losing, sir.
No, actually, I'm not. Merrick's actually losing. He has 0 points.
Okay, fair enough.
I have 15.
Right.
And
well, Dark Legion has...
Well, Dark Legion... Actually, we're giving spoilers away here. Because this is probably going up before the second game.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is.
So we're going to stop talking now.
We filmed them, but
we just filmed them, but we haven't gotten them up yet.
Spoilers.
So, spoilers.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right.
But yeah, Warzone campaign. Check it out. Lots of fun. A couple twists and turns that he wasn't expecting. Like losing.
Like losing.
And then the...
Terror from Outer Space.
The Terror from Outer Space. Coming up... Counterblast. Really good stuff. Make sure you check them out. Not necessarily because we're really good at playing the games, but because the models look really pretty that we're playing.
And I'm just going to point out I'm not the only one losing because someone's losing really, really badly in that campaign. That's all I'm saying.
Only 100% of the games.
Only 100% of the games.
Which is one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But actually, we're going to try to have them up.
They should be coming up this week.
Right. Yeah. So, if this goes up when it's supposed to on Sunday, yay. Then maybe tomorrow, for them?
Yeah, it should be tomorrow. We're looking
Our
for
first
either...
game should go up tomorrow. If you're seeing this on Sunday,
yes,
it will be tomorrow.
We're looking for either Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. But either way, 48 hours, and you got a game coming.
Yes.
Or I'm in a hospital somewhere, one or the other. So
both likely.
Both likely.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Besiege has a drinking problem. He's gonna have one too.
I don't have a drinking problem because I don't drink alcohol. I just drink pre-workouts.
Oh, okay.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine. You don't have a twitch or anything.
Not at all.
No.
Not a bit.
Okay.
I certainly haven't not slept in 7 months. Certainly.
No, not at all. That's perfectly healthy, I think. Right?
That's how I get so many models painted. If you don't sleep, you've got 8 hours to paint.
Guys, he's really not kidding.
I'm really not. It's pretty bad.
He doesn't sleep sometimes just so he can paint models. I've witnessed it.
Yeah, tournament prep. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, this is true.
All right.
All right, so that's it. That's our Sunday news. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Till next time.
Hey, I'll see you on the other side of the table.